the January 12th letter of the governor. It says, "Dear councilors, I am pleased to nominate Laurie MacLeod to the position of Associate Justice of the Palmer District Court. And I submit this nomination for the advice and consent of the Executive Council pursuant to Part 2, Chapter 2 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts." Next, I would like to read something into the record here, and it will become part of the record when we convene with the Lieutenant Governor. Dear Lieutenant Governor, I write concerning the nomination of Laurie MacLeod to the position of Associate Justice of the Palmer District Court. And this is correspondence from me to the Lieutenant Governor. Pursuant to General Law, Chapter 268A, Section 23B3, and upon the advice of the Ethics Commission, I make the following disclosure. I first met Laurie MacLeod in 1992 when she began working as an assistant district attorney, and I was the first justice of the Laurie District Court. Attorney MacLeod appeared before me many, many times between 1992 and 2002 when I resigned as the district court judge. The following occurred before I announced my candidacy for the Governor's Council in 2006. In mid-2005, Attorney MacLeod recommended my services to a person who declined on a referral fee basis. This case is still pending and is successfully resolved in favor of the plaintiff by the office will pay a referral fee to Attorney MacLeod of 1/3 of the contingent fees to the man and 1/3 and to sign very truly yours, Thomas and Aaron. It's about half of the district provides to members of the Governor's Council as well. So let me welcome you here and welcome all of your witnesses and people in attendance with you. Perhaps you might like to start by identifying some of the people with you.
Thank you. To my right is First David Danger, Attorney Amherst. To his left is my daughter, Laurie MacLeod. She's 16 and a sophomore in high school.
Good morning.
My other daughter is a sophomore in college, is unable to come today. To her left is Mark Luber, who's my husband.
Good morning.
To his left is Darcy Rosner, dear old friend. And to her left is Jory MacLeod, my sister. To her left is Mary O'Connell, who's acting chief probation officer in the Greenfield District Court. And just walking in to my surprise is my first cousin, Dan Carragher. Thank you very much for coming.
Good morning.
Over here we have Georgia Priestley. She is a former colleague of mine in the Northwestern District Attorney's Office, and she now is in the Criminal History Systems Board. To her left is Sheriff Robert Garvey, who's the Hampshire County Sheriff. And to his left is Fred Barton, attorney in Amherst.
Well, very good. Once again, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it always having an opportunity to welcome and have constituents from Western Massachusetts, whether somewhat furthest away. Carroll's pretty far away as well, but geographically, we are the farthest away, I believe, and thank you all for coming. Let me start by asking your witnesses to look here, and they should stand to your right and address the council. And I'm going to first ask Attorney David Danger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My pleasure, Honorable Councilor Yola. As you know, I first met Laurie back in 1992 when she applied for the position of Assistant District Attorney,
was going to say my name is Mary O'Connell, and I am the acting chief of the Franklin County Trial Court in Greenfield. And today others will speak of Laurie's skills as a student and practitioner of the law, but I would like to bring a different perspective to the table. As many of you know, a trial court can be more than an average workplace. By its very nature, a courthouse environment can test the people that make the system work. Laurie and I started work in the Greenfield District Court around the same time 15 years ago. Over the years, I had the unique opportunity to watch her work as an assistant district attorney, a defense attorney, and a fellow committee person on the district attorney's domestic violence task force. In these various roles, I saw her interact with various judges, lawyers, and probation officers, clerical staff, defendants, and clients. I can attest to Laurie's excellent people skills, her high moral and ethical demeanor, and her ability to treat people with compassion and with dignity. Over the years as a probation officer and chief of the department, Assistant District Attorney Laurie was my go-to person for sound legal advice on active probation cases. I found her to be experienced, independent, a clear thinker who is able to make good decisions. Laurie enjoys a good reputation in the community. In the courtroom setting, I know her to be self-reliant, prepared and organized, stable, and able to handle a very high workload. As a member of the Domestic Violence Task Force, she brought experience, fairness, compassion, and knowledge of the law to our group. Often the persons that were subjects involved in the domestic violence cases were dysfunctional and/or alcohol and substance abusers. Laurie was a valuable member working to end the violence. She is an excellent observer, able to get to the root cause of any problem. I saw Laurie make the transition from a tenacious prosecutor to a very capable defense attorney. As an advocate for her client, she exhibited the same qualities that made her a respected assistant district attorney. I would be remiss not to mention the courage that Laurie exhibited when confronting her health problem and treatment over the last year. Her work ethic was never so apparent. During treatment, she came to court with as much conviction as she ever had before, and she especially her admiration of me, and I've told you that many times, but also of all of her colleagues. I know that what I say today could be interpreted as a glowing testament given by a friend. In truth, we are professionals working within the court system, and we do have conversations about our families and other mutual interests, but we are both busy with career and family, and do not socialize outside of work. That said, I do consider her a friend that would also make an excellent judge.
Thank you very much.